Hello and welcome to the Sidders Knits podcast. I'm Sydney,
And I am Arlene.
and we are back for 20 something. I think it's 24 or 25.
And I was thinking
So
it was
that's pretty exciting.
26 or 27.
Yeah,
So between
somewhere in there, but
it's the 20 somethings.
yeah, so very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I have something finished, which is
Yeah,
pretty
we were
exciting.
talking about that before the podcast started. We were like, oh, and I don't. So I will let Sydney go first on this one.
So I have one finished project. And actually I have two, but one of them is the random recommendation because it's not knitting. But so I finished this hat, and this is the I think the name of it was Marled Family Hat by Twin Stitches Designs.
Is that yarn that you were using that I asked about?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Okay, because I just did this. So we kind of forgot my mother-in-law's birthday. I thought it was later. My husband just forgot the date. And so he called her the day after her birthday. And yeah, so I was like, her favorite color is green. And I was like, because I'm trying not to buy yarn. That was kind of still like, I don't want to like buy until I decrease what I have because it's in my closet and it's just too much. So I found this yarn, and it's got some green in it. It I wouldn't say it's green, but it definitely has like some green parts to it, and kind of has a green tint. And this yarn so it's a Cara yarns, and we were in a swap like probably at least 5 years ago. Like I don't even know how long ago it's been, but Belle was like a baby or something. And she's almost 7. So it's been a very long time, which is why I'm trying to use up yarn, because if something's been sitting there for like 5-6 years, it needs to be used. But it's so pretty. And really that's what it was crazy because I think that's sometimes hard because you like it's so easy to go, oh, I love that yarn, I love that yarn. But then like this, I was using it and I weighed it out and I have enough to make myself a hat too, because I was like, I love this. And what I love, so this is sock yarn, but you hold it double. And I think that's what else is hard for me is sock yarn. I don't love working with fingering weight yarn. Like I can do socks, but I don't really like making anything else because it takes too long, like shawls or things. But yeah, this is just perfect because it looks pretty. It fits really nice, like.
What's
and I
the
have
pattern
kind of a
again?
bigger head. I believe it's called the Marled Family Hat. It's by Twin Stitches Designs, and it's where you just hold sock yarn double. So, and I've done a few of her patterns. I actually really like them, but I got this done in like 2 days. So I need to give it to her. I was like, oh no, I may just have to take a picture
and
not
I think
have it
that's
for the
what
podcast.
I do with it. I have a lot of sock yarn too, so yeah, that's why I thought.
Yeah, just stuff like this.
I don't think to do that, but
yeah,
it's pretty.
So
I like it. Really pretty.
See, yeah, there you can see the colors actually pretty nicely. So.
And then with it knit together, it probably of course took less time.
Yeah.
So
and it's super easy. You just do the rib, knit, decrease, done. So like I said, took about 2 days. Just watching TV and stuff and got it done. So
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I like
one
that.
thing done.
Silence on my end.
Stitches started. Ooh, now my hair's a little crazy.
I did do some things. I have been working on socks a lot, and so I did complete a pair of socks, and then I completed one of the socks, but they are at the store.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like,
they're not
I did, yeah. Okay. I put them there. So if you're in the local area, a little shout out to I'm teaching sock classes there, but we have a variety of different kinds of classes.
There's a lot. I saw like a learn to knit because I know.
Yes. Like, oh, that looks fun. Yeah, so. Learning to knit. Sydney is a really awesome instructor, and she actually has a class today. So she has the beginner knitting, and then she has what they're calling beginner knitting 2.0, and that's like teaching you how to like pick up stitches, and if you drop stitch, maybe like a little bit, more than just beginning to knit. So, but still beginner knitting. So it's just that's a little bit the next step. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So she's a really good, and the sock classes. I think there'll be sweater. There's crochet classes too. So yeah, check them out. You can always go on the Jimmy Beans Wool website and look at classes, and that gives you all of them, and you can even sign up right there. So yeah. So anyway, that's where my finished projects are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. So then we can get into stitches started.
Stitches started. You want me to go 1st?
Yeah.
I'll go first on this one. And this is another reason why I have nothing else but socks, because I have so many stitches started. I was this morning kind of counting. Oops, sorry. I need to move it over now again. Did I miss
think
that?
we're fine. Yeah.
I was counting, and Sydney came in, it was earlier, and I said, I've been counting how many. And I said, guess how many projects I have, like not even in the queue. Like I've started. And then I said, I'm not even going to tell you. I will tell you on our podcast.
Okay, now I remember. I was like, I don't know what you're
telling
me.
I will show you what I have here, and then I'll give you the number. First thing is I'm doing the Jimmy Bean's Wool Blanket Club. So
And you're doing the crochet one, right?
I'm doing the crochet, and I think it's Kitty's choice. It's the ones with the purples and the plums. The other one is sold out, so I chose to do this one, and I am doing the crochet. I did January. I just started on February, but this is crochet. February sounds pretty kind of based, like easy. I don't want to say easy because crochet is not easy for me, but this color is really pretty. It's a really soft pink.
That's pretty.
Kind of rosy, soft pink.
Yeah,
and then this
dusty,
is more, dusty.
Pinky,
and right here is the next
pretty.
one. I just got the yarn. So we're doing it a little bit earlier. Some of the beans, we get it, and then that way if people have questions when they first get their pattern, we'll have gone through them and have seen it already. So, and that's worked out really good because each one of us is working on either like a knit, like the shawl, the blanket. I think those are the two things that, so each of us has taken on that project. So I'm working on that.
Pretty. That'll be really pretty.
Yeah, I really like the colors on that. It's funny because I think I liked the first one. I liked a little bit better because it has more of what colors I have, like greens and blues, really pretty. But I love these softer colors too. So yeah. And as if one blanket wasn't enough, I'm working on another one, which I might have talked about a little bit already. This is the temperature blanket that we're working on as a group. Yeah. So I have gone a little further. I think I did show it last time. And I landed up not doing the front post or whatever. I'm still an amateur. Very, very, very much an amateur. Novice, is that what you'd call it, on crochet? So
is it just single crochet? Oh wow.
And I'm doing it, so it's kind of funny. I am doing this. So temperature blanket starts out January 1st, and then I just do one single crochet because I didn't want, if you do double, it's going to be super, super long. So you have to do it. It's 365 days. So as of now, I'm like 2 weeks behind. Tomorrow, I will be officially 2 weeks behind. But I crochet through the back loop and just a single crochet. The pattern that we were starting to follow was, and then I cut it off, and then I never turn my work. That's the one thing too. That's why you've got all this fringe. So, but I'm thinking I kind of like fringe. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it started out where you work through the front post, and here's a little bit on the back, but it was going to say January and then February.
Oh yeah, okay.
And one of my coworkers is doing it the way the pattern that we originally we were going to do, and it is beautiful. It's so pretty. Yeah. But me, I'm going, no, not for me.
Work. It's definitely neat, but that I could see it being
a lot. So I decided, I just want to make it like something. As it is, it's long and it's single crochet, so it takes a while. But I'd rather just get it finished. Like I don't want to just get it over with, but I don't want it to be something that I have to like sit and count. And that was a lot of counting involved for me. So that's that one. I do need to get caught up. What's my other? Oh, I have a couple more. Again, like I said, I've been working with socks.
Yeah.
So this is the current sock. Was this an Advent? One of our Advents?
No. So that is from me. And some that I got rid of. Yeah, and that is a Valkyrie Fibers yarn, and it is one of the Middle Earth colors.
Okay.
But I do not remember what the name of that one is.
Yeah.
And you know what? I believe that one was the one because I had started it.
Did you?
Yeah,
okay.
I had started that one, and I think if I remember right, because did you have to rip it apart?
I don't
anything.
Remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I remember right, but I could be wrong. But I thought that was the one that I had started socks for Joanne, and then she passed away. And I just didn't,
really?
I just didn't want
Yeah,
to, I don't know, I didn't
yeah.
want to finish. So I handed it off to
I
you.
know. Well, then I'm making it. So
Yeah.
now that I
Yeah.
know, that's
But
special. Okay.
I'm fairly certain that
Okay.
is the
It could
story
be.
behind that
Okay.
one. But yeah, so that
Perfect.
was because she was way into that stuff, and then it's just hard, like
It's
afterward, and
hard when
because
someone,
too, then I
yeah,
just felt so kind of sad that I didn't finish them, and you're like, well, now you can't give them to the
right.
person. So
Yeah,
that's kind of why
yeah.
too, when I talk about like making socks for grandma, I try to like get them done, because
I
like I don't want that. I
know.
don't want
I
to have
know.
like, I have 5 half done
I
socks. I never,
know. Yeah.
but again, she's doing great, but you never know,
Mm-hmm,
and you never know
mm-hmm.
with anybody. But when someone's older, you
Right. You think
really
of that more often. I
don't.
think
Yeah.
that comes into your mind
And so
more.
that's why I try
Yeah.
to get those for my grandma
Yeah.
done, so that I don't have that kind of looming over me that makes me sad.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good. That's a good
yeah,
idea.
but yeah, so I'm
Oh,
glad
now
to
that I
see you
know that,
using
okay,
that.
I am.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what I do is I make socks, and then at the class, I have like a sample, and then I teach them how to do the magic loop. And then the second class, I have like two samples, one where I have the heel flap done, and we're ready for the next part of it,
Okay.
and the other one where I'm ready to pick up stitches. So I actually have um, two socks that I bring. So this was one of them. So now I'm going to finish this, and apparently in 3 weeks I'll have to have another. So this is why I'm getting a lot of socks done, which is
Yeah.
good. I'm going to go
Yeah.
through a lot of sock yarn.
Yeah.
I have one more project that I have started, and this actually is probably the one that's taking up a lot. These are things that I'm currently working on, not
Looks
just the only
pretty.
things on my needles, but this
I
is the
love
Easy
that bag
V.
too. I know you've showed that bag.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
the,
rucksack.
yeah.
Yeah,
Showed it.
this is the Easy V,
It's pretty.
and I think it's by Caitlin Hunter. We've
Mm-hmm.
showcased it before, but here's my progress. So here's the top, and
That's so
then look at
pretty.
that. I am on the last color change.
Those colors look so pretty
Yeah,
together. I
you
love
should
that.
see Allison at work. Hers is gorgeous too. It's just really pretty.
That's really
So
pretty.
I am down here, and then I'm working also with this original, the brown color, which is
Mm-hmm.
what the rest of the sweater is going to be. And I think there's some more color work on the sleeves, but I don't think there's any on the bottom. But anyway, that's what's
That's
taking up my
beautiful.
time.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it
That
is. I
looks
cannot
so
wait. And
pretty.
it's at the point where my color work, as I do so much of it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing you the back side of it too. I always like to see
Yeah.
people's. This is a lot better than when I started, let me tell you. But I still feel like I'm not stretching. It's not stretchy enough. So
Oh,
I'm really ready for
yeah.
just the
I have a hard
single.
time with color work with that too,
Yeah.
of getting a good tension on it.
Yeah, I
Like
have
it'll
a.
look fine, but then just I can tell that it's like too
You can feel
tight.
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it's
yeah,
feeling like, and so I'm really
yeah.
trying to
It's
stretch
pretty.
it. But
Mm-hmm.
so
It's pretty
I'm
though.
really excited to work with it. I think I have to finish this row. I'm over halfway done on this row, and then I have to repeat that row, and then I think I have maybe a couple others. But then we're getting down to just the
Yeah,
brown
the
color
one.
again. Whiskey
Yeah, it's so
Barrel. The
pretty.
base of this is Whiskey Barrel, and then these were one of a kinds
Okay,
that
they're really pretty.
yeah, Madeline Tosh, one of a kinds in the vintage. So
It's pretty.
that
Very pretty.
is, yeah, I cannot
Yeah,
wait for it to
I
be
like
done.
that a
Okay,
lot.
so then before we move on, I will tell you how many I could count just thinking, and that's not including everything because I just thought of a few more, but that I could think of that are easily accessible. 10 unfinished projects. They're on needles, and I wonder where all my needles go. That's where. So I
Yeah,
have 10, and that doesn't include everything. So
that's funny.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
to get control over that.
Yeah, I used to start a lot of things. I'd start things and never finish. So then finally I like switched, and I was like, because I had so many and I literally never finished a single thing, like ever. And
Yeah,
so it just was so bad where I was like, I can't do
I
that.
know.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
one where
hard.
I don't knit that much, and so it's like if I start something new, like I'm never gonna finish it.
So I
But
wish
oh
that I could just do one thing at a time, and because sometimes I think I have that overwhelming feeling,
yeah,
and so I feel so overwhelmed that I just don't do anything, and
yeah,
so so I'm like
but
slowly just work at one thing at a
yeah,
time, but I don't
yeah.
obviously.
Well,
I
it's
gotta
hard
get
because it's, and then
better.
too you're seeing more of like what's the new
Oh
patterns and new
yes, yeah,
this
and
and
there's
stuff.
new yarn
Yeah,
coming out,
yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, so I want
yeah.
to work with it because you see it in passing. And I was thinking of that when I saw this pretty yarn, like these little in the warehouse. We go to pick yarn up for other people, and just this beautiful color pops out of the box. It's not popping out literally, but
Yeah,
it's, you'll see a little bit of
yeah,
it. You're like,
yeah,
ooh, that's pretty.
yeah,
Ooh, that feels nice. ooh, look at this yarn. And then
Yeah.
of course, as we're looking at people come in and they say, oh, I'm working on this. So I pull it up on Ravelry and I go, ooh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
tried hard to just keep with
Yeah.
what
It
I
is
have.
hard. And
Yeah.
that's why but then too, I don't knit that much. So it's,
Mm.
I kind of just know, I'm not gonna finish this. I'll see like
Well,
sweaters that are so pretty, and I was like, I know that I will not finish it, so I will just admire it, say it's beautiful,
yeah,
and
yeah,
but it's hard
I
because it's
know.
like you want it, and you're like, but I want the finished product, but
Hmm.
then
But then
like
we forget how
I
many
know
hours
myself.
are involved in taking
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah, and
like I
that's
was thinking, you think you want to work on it, but you don't realize when you're looking at a hat 2 days worth. And
yeah,
I think if you up above here, you can't see, but how much yarn I have for hats
yeah,
that for every, you figure a
yeah,
weekend, it would take a weekend just
yeah,
for a hat, and that's working on
yeah,
it. So, I mean,
yeah,
one weekend, that's 52, what, 52, right? 52 weeks.
yeah.
So 52 weekends. I clearly have enough to make one hat a
And add a
weekend up
weekend,
above
yeah.
there. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that is still my goal this year, and is to just kind of
Yeah.
get through some of the yarn that I have because I want to get new
I do
stuff.
too.
And I don't. It's hard because again, I'm not as in the scene. Like but it's like, oh, it's so fun to get new stuff for a
I
new project
know.
that's
Did
ever
you
like
join the
that's
accessory clubs
popular.
or any of the clubs
No,
this year? Yeah,
no, and so it's hard because then you see like especially
I
you're
know.
seeing these new patterns come out, and that's I don't see too much of it, which sometimes is good because then you
I
want to
know.
do it and it's so hard, and then
Yeah.
but yeah, I know that I don't finish because I don't know a lot at all.
I'm gonna go shut the door. I can hear
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear. I know, and I got these little microphones, so we'll see how they work. Hopefully, I meant to mention that at the beginning of it. So we've got little microphones on. I put it on my shirt too, so it would hopefully stay there. But
I'm glad
we'll
you mentioned
see.
that as I was leaving about the microphones because I almost was going to say quiet out there, but
Oh yeah,
with the
don't do it.
microphone,
Yeah.
you hear me.
Well, and so we'll see. I don't know if it's gonna help because I couldn't really tell. I had my daughter play with them earlier to see, but I think when I put on the computer, I'll be able to tell if it did
Yeah.
help or if it sounds the same. Then it obviously didn't. So we shall
And I have
see.
that big microphone that we
Uh-huh.
tried, so we can always play with
Yeah,
that
that one I
too
have to
if
see
we
how it
need.
hooks up and
Yeah.
stuff. But this, so I'm hoping this works and it's pretty easy because I just
Okay.
stick a thing
Yeah.
in my phone. But
Good.
so I have one thing that I have started. I started a pair of socks.
Oh,
So
that's
well,
nice.
and I did that hat, isn't so I was kind of excited. I
Yeah.
was like, hey, I have
Yeah.
something done. So I was like, maybe that's what I need to do is have like a pair of socks going and then like one other project. Like
Just one.
yeah. Until yeah. But like you knit way more than I do. So it like just like you knit like a few hours a day. I knit like at the most an hour a week. Like,
Right. And then I think too,
so
like we have meetings at work
yeah.
and everybody knits or everybody
Yeah.
crochets.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
get like, it's like a 15 minute, sometimes half an hour. Yeah, it's usually like half an hour. So everybody brings
Yeah.
you can bring, and then you go 4 times a week and it's at like 15 minutes long. And so that's
Yeah.
an hour,
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
hour and a half right at work. And then lunch hour,
Mhm.
I'm usually,
Well, and then I
yeah.
just think like if you're surrounded, like by people that are
Yes. Yeah.
you're making the same sweater. So that's why
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
me having two projects is like,
Yeah.
like for how much I knit, that's like if you only knit like an hour a week, then
Yeah. It's
probably
good.
should
It's
only
all
have one
good.
project. But
Well, but mine's a
so
little excessive over here. I
that's
need to
okay.
stop.
I know, and then but I love it because for I think of how many years you didn't really knit at all. Really.
Yeah, true.
There was a long
Yeah,
time, but I think you got excited about it
yeah,
again and doing it. And it's just neat to see because
yeah.
like a few years back, I think I was knitting more.
You
You
were,
can believe
yeah.
it. um, and I remember doing color work, and you were like,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
true.
And now
Yes.
look,
And now, mm-hmm,
you know more
mm-hmm.
about knitting and stuff than I do. Like you are doing these cool things and
Well,
you're
now I'm
learning
teaching
new techniques. Yeah.
classes. Yeah,
So I
even
think that's
I
really
say
cool.
just
Like kind of
socks,
that,
but
like,
yeah.
my hair. I haven't washed my hair in a long time, so it's a little funky today,
I
which is
got
okay.
my
I
hair
know you just got your
done
hair
today,
done,
so I
but
always like doing podcasts on my
yeah, I
days I get
know.
my hair done because I'm
Well,
like,
and we were gonna do it last week, and I was supposed to get my hair cut that day, and
oh,
it
that's
just there
right.
was a
Yeah.
miscommunication. But I was like,
But now you get
so
to get it
I
cut.
know
It's
next
gonna be
week.
so pretty. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's fine.
it's
It's
always
just
fun to
it's
sit
dead
down
at
in
the
her
end.
chair and just
I
like
know. I know my daughter got her haircut. It's cute. It's nice and short.
Yeah, it's cute.
But I love that, you now you are like
Mm-hmm.
learning all this stuff and completing like sweaters. I remember that when I think I made my first sweater, and you're like,
Yeah,
that's
right.
too much, like, and
Yeah.
now you're doing color work sweater. Like,
I
I
know, and
just
it's
think
gonna.
that's really
I'm
cool.
hoping it'll turn out.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny how when you fall into. It's taken me a while because I've been there a couple years, and I think that
Mhm.
in any new job, you're like, oh, can I do this? And then
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know about you guys, but when I feel that I'm trying to, I don't want to say fit in, but like, can I do this? Like, you look at all
Mhm.
these other people around there and fabulous work. Like, I feel that they're very talented. And then when you start finally kind of like, I'm doing okay. I'm holding my
Yeah.
own, you find like,
Mhm.
I was just saying that actually to Elizabeth today. I'm a people person. I tend to
Yeah.
talk. Sometimes I talk too much. So I have learned that I have to kind of go back a little bit because I do tend, but I really think that, like when anybody comes into a place, wherever it is, whether I'm teaching card making classes here or I'm at work, I want everybody to feel like they are so welcomed in,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's what I try to
Yeah.
do. And I tend to talk a lot, but hey, something's working.
Yeah. um my
Shoot.
sock, I was like, I know we keep getting
I
sidetracked,
know.
but
Okay.
it's 20 minutes. It's not bad. Like, it's okay.
And see, we're hoping that you guys are like knitting or crocheting or whatever
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you,
And we still keep ours pretty
yeah.
short.
And
I
as,
think we keep them about
yes,
a half
yeah.
an hour, which I think is
What
pretty good.
didn't you get a little comment at one time about
Oh,
the,
about talking or something, but
so
so this is the sock that
that
I
is so
started.
pretty, that
And
yarn.
so this yarn is called chicken scratch. So I talked about this probably 2 episodes ago, maybe. I got this yarn from the exchange, the Winter Wishes exchange. And so the idea was to cast on Christmas Day. Obviously, I didn't, but that's okay. So this one is chicken scratch, and this pattern is called roosting bar. So sorry, I'm like
Oh.
in the middle of the heel, so it's kind of funny. And like I lost I lost a nail, so I'll hide that. So roosting bar. So I think the idea is that this is kind of supposed to look like the little roosting bars for chickens, but
Can I see it?
it's the pattern from the lady that I exchanged with.
Oh,
So
oh, look.
she is, oh, shoot, and I can't remember her name. I'll have it linked, but
So what size needle and how
these are
long?
number ones, and I think it's a 32 inch. So this time I used a number one. So
Okay.
I finished those Christmas socks, and I used a two, and they're fine for like walking around the house, but you can tell a size one is a lot better.
That's
It
probably,
fits better. It's a
yeah,
tighter
yeah.
knit. And so I am doing my own. I do the fish lips kiss heel. It's so easy, and
And I have to learn
yeah.
that. That's a class I want to teach.
Um,
So
and so I'm in the middle of the heel. I started it, but yeah. And this pattern's actually really easy. I think it's like
could it be
one,
considered TV knitting
two,
or?
four, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's about a 4 row repeat, but it's really easy. So, and you can kind of just like look at the one before to figure out like where you are. Um, so yeah,
Oh, and I really like that yarn
yeah,
too, the
it's
whole
fun. And I'm
thing.
doing shorty socks, if you couldn't tell, which sorry I went back and forth because I think that for pictures, shorty socks don't look quite
Mm.
as nice. So I was like, do I want to do a full sock? But I was like, I only want the full sock
And
for the
really,
picture.
yeah. And I've seen
And
these like,
so
I don't like
not.
them too high up either, but I've
Yeah.
seen them where they like just push them down, make them like slouch socks,
Oh
I guess.
yeah.
But that's
So
and then it's a
this
lot
is
quicker
short. Yeah,
too.
because this is the heel already. But yeah, but I figured this way I'll get it done. So, and I like the shorter socks. I don't want them.
Yeah.
I have big calves, and so like if the
She
socks are
gets it
too
from me.
our whole family, all my siblings too, because I think you and dad both
Yeah.
like when I compare like my leg to my husband, I'm like got big old legs. But that's another, so like if the sock is long, it's just not comfortable because it's getting
Mhm.
like stretched out and then it's
Yeah.
gonna fall, just the shape of my leg. And so a little bit shorter I think just fits my leg better.
Yeah.
So
I
and it
agree.
takes
I
less
agree
time.
for me too. Yeah.
So that's why they're a little short.
Oh, I like
But
them.
I'm very excited. And did you see my cute bag? The yarn crawl bag.
I love
Those
that
O
one.
snap. I like these O snap,
I
right? Isn't
know.
that what
I
they're
love.
called?
Yep, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
So yeah. So I have it in here and yeah.
You can see what it is. It's mesh, but it's still see-through.
Yeah, and I can
I
throw
have
it and
mine too.
oh yeah.
It's got a dip print on it. So that's one thing that's different about this. They have this size, and then right now there's a it's similar, but it's hot pink. Did
Oh,
you get
I
one of
don't know.
those?
I don't think
I was
so.
thinking I was going to give one to you, but maybe I didn't. When I have,
But yeah.
remind me on the random recommendation, I do have
Okay.
something too. So
Yeah, so that's what I have
yeah,
going
we're doing
on.
good.
And
Yeah,
so then I guess we can go to projects in the queue. None?
I got to limit.
Just
I got to
kidding.
downsize because I've started everything. So
Yeah, it's all going,
oh
right?
man, yeah.
I don't know. Are there any
I'm
projects that
sure there are, but you know what? I'm like, I just want to focus. I should leave this, but I kind of tried to get rid of some furniture in here. Well, not really, but scoot it to the side. And
yeah,
so I'm
there's
like, let me just work on what
yeah.
I have
Do you
and
have a basket
focus.
or something, don't you, for like kind of like what you're working on now? Do you?
This I pulled out like
Oh,
this stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious if you had, like kind of
Mm-hmm.
like your like a basket of, oh, this is like
Yeah, it goes
my
back
in
and forth because I
progress.
bring
Okay.
things and then I don't. And then I
Yeah.
was going to leave my blanket at work, the crochet one, the
Okay.
temperature blanket,
Uh-huh.
so that I could probably do that row
Yeah, because it's
each and
just
I'd
a
be caught
simple,
up.
right? Like the
But what happened is I'm looking for the dark purple. There's a one color that I can't find.
figures.
And I left it's one of those. It's the
Yeah.
rabbit hole, so it'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, now pass me on by for the queue.
I I don't think I really have anything. It's funny because I was like, oh, mom, we'll talk about stuff. I was like, oh, she probably doesn't have any though. Or did you have any for the queue
Uh,
before I like cut
we
you off?
in our no our last podcast we talked about what we want to do, but I'm like not even going to put them in there. There's the one
Hmm.
sweater that I don't even know what the name of it is now, but that's something I want to do. But I'm like I have so many projects that I didn't show you these that I've set aside, and you know what? One of them is Belle's
Yeah, and you know what?
sweater,
I
and
should
it's
even because
just
didn't
the
you say it just
sides
has to
and
get
the
stitched up?
yeah.
I just thought I could even take it
Well,
home with me and do it.
but I want to. It's mattress
Oh,
stitch,
okay. Yeah.
mattress
Yeah.
stitch, and I want to learn it. It's not hard, right?
Yeah.
It's not hard, and then I have to do the sleeves.
Okay.
But I mean, that would take me really if I want to do a weekend, I'd have it
Hmm.
done.
It's hard though because I
So,
know I get
mhm.
stuck if there's a new something I have
And
to
that's what
learn.
happened with this.
I
Yes,
just
this
put it
block that
aside.
comes up,
Yeah.
and that's what happened with
And then
mine.
it's like a lot of times it's not even that hard. It's just I know I'm gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna have to look up a video. I'm gonna have to like
Yes, yeah,
focus. And so I just set it
yeah.
aside. I'll look at it in a couple weeks, or like I just
That's what happened, and it
yeah,
turns weeks turns into months,
yeah,
and then so the saga. I was working on that. If you followed our videos, and what happened was we had a deadline. There was a Facebook group, and people were on that, and we were showing our project, and we got the yarn for it. And then I think all I have are the sleeves, just about. And
so yeah.
then Shibui, it was made with Shibui,
Oh,
and then
okay, now I
Shibui
remember which
announced
one.
that they were closing.
Hmm.
So I said, "Well, I'll just start a new project." And I thought, I have it right here, and I really am well over halfway. And I think it's because it's a design that I don't know how flattering it's going to be because they're
Yeah,
very wide sleeves and they don't go in. They just are very straight and boxy. So maybe that could be why.
yeah,
Plus the fact
yeah,
that all of a sudden we didn't have a deadline.
yeah,
If you have a deadline, I'm your
yeah,
girl. But if you don't have a deadline, I'm kind of like, well, I
eh,
set it aside.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So that's I don't really have too much that I want to do, but I definitely want I think to start another project. So I have a
Yeah.
second one going with those socks because socks are fun, but they're so small. I like having something
Yeah, me
that's a little
too.
bigger.
Yeah.
I have yarn for two sweaters, but I don't know that I feel like starting that right now. Like I don't know if I want that kind of project or like just doing a second one of
I
these because this
know.
is really
Yeah.
pretty. It's funny. I don't love how hats look on me, but if you're cold, it doesn't matter. If you're outside, like I
It
feel like
looks
it's kind
good
of
on
like
you, just so that you know, because
okay,
there's room.
yeah,
You have
but
room up here, and you're right.
yeah,
If it's a big bulky hat,
hmm,
to me it's okay if it fits snugly on.
yeah,
But it's, like for me, I've noticed I think I've talked about this before. I make a hat a little bit larger or longer even. It may
oh,
fit here, but
you
instead of
just need
going up
more.
like I don't know 7 inches, I may go up 8
Oh, okay,
to so before I
yeah,
start the decrease, and that way it gives the illusion that in my head it's not like crunched down.
yeah,
And so that's what I have been doing, and it's
yeah.
working. But then
But
it's
I like it.
funny. I am normally I'm warm, Like I don't,
Yeah.
people are cold, I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And so I don't need all that extra. And then now
Yeah.
it's been cold and I forget. I honestly forget to put those
Yeah.
scarves on or um
Yeah, I'm not a big hat wearer, in part because then it'll like if you wear a hat for too
yeah,
long, it
yeah,
kind of
you
gets your
get
hair
that.
gross.
Yep.
And I only wash my hair like once a week, so I don't want to get it gross, like, and
Yeah.
but sometimes it's nice to like even if I just put it on just to go outside real quick,
Right.
just
Yeah.
like that. So that's why I thought, oh, it'd be nice to have a hat like that. And I
Yeah.
think I don't even know how much my mother-in-law wears them, but I gave her one hat that she's like, oh, a lot of people complimented it. Tells me she at least wore it out
Right. Yeah.
once.
Well,
So
and
that's why I thought she might like a
yeah, and
hat.
she goes outdoors and stuff, and then
Hmm.
she camps, right?
Yeah, she
So
does. So
even
yeah.
in the nights when it's
Hmm.
a little chilly, yeah, I think
So
that's
that's why
good.
I thought that hat would be good for her. But now
Yeah.
I want one because I love the color. So maybe I'll just do another hat for
Yeah,
myself.
I think
But
that's a good idea.
yeah. And then I think we both have a random
Yeah,
recommendation. Do you want to go first?
I will. I'll go first. So my random recommendation, these are by Minnie and Pearl, and these are
Oh,
these cute. So,
yeah. And I hadn't
but
seen
there's a
this.
story behind them. So this is great. Yeah, Minnie and Pearl. These are stitch stoppers. Oh, it just says size 2 to
Oh, can
11.
you show this? Because then that'll help when I'm
Yes. Oh, yes.
from doing the thing. So like that mini. Oh
Minnie
yeah, like
and
Minnie Mouse,
Pearl.
right? And
Mhm, and
Pearl.
Pearl,
Cute.
Purl.
Hmm.
So, aren't these cute? Let's see. Does it? Wait,
It's
there we
yeah, that
go.
side. I'll move my face.
Wait, do I have to do this?
I don't know.
I want it
It doesn't
to
quite seem like it's in focus.
focus. I have to do this. Anyway, maybe we can take a picture. I don't know
They're
how to
really
do
cute.
this. Yeah, they're little donuts. And so it says size 2 to 11, but they are rubber. So, I mean, they're hard, but they're flexible. Does that make
Really
sense?
cute.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, aren't they super cute?
Yeah.
So, these I just purchased and they were unopened until yesterday. A customer, was it yesterday? A customer came in asking about them. And I didn't want to open them, but I did because she wanted to see them. And I didn't want to open them because they're for you.
Oh, well, thanks.
And but I was laughing because I was thinking,
That's
oh, she
cute.
wanted to see, and it's the kind of package where you have to, rip it. Or
Yeah.
did the
Yeah.
cat just try to say
Yeah.
hello?
Yeah.
Our little skinny cat. Isn't that
Yeah.
cute? And they
That's
stay
really
on really
cute.
well.
Yeah.
So I have the avocados, and I got sheep, and that was going to be for you for your birthday. And then I opened them, and then so I bought these
Those are
again.
so cute. Belle's gonna love those too.
Yes. And they have like
She'll probably
coffee
try to take
cups.
them.
They have a
That's so
cassette.
cute.
They have is it a yak that they
I
have?
like that.
They have I think a
Oh, it's
sloth.
probably
I
because
don't
it's
know.
shiny. That's probably
Anyway.
why the cat's pawing at it is because it's
Oh
that like shiny.
yeah. Yeah. I
Maybe.
have the extra package. You can have Otis. Poor
Now he's like
thing.
looking
He's
at my
got more.
hands.
He's so skinny,
Yeah.
but he's gotten better. He's more active now. See?
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my random recommendation.
Cute.
We have them at Jimmy Bean's at our retail shop,
Yeah.
but it's
I
called
love
Minnie
little
and Pearl.
things like
I do
that.
too. They're so
See that
cute.
I like that I buy more of. Like
Yeah,
the
well,
little that's why
it's
luckily I don't go into too many places, but like at yarn shops, like it's it's easier for me to like buy these little things like, oh well that you can use on tons of
yeah.
projects. That oh yarn I don't know what I'll use it for. I'll just buy more little things,
Well, and
like
that's what's cool
yeah,
about
they're just
there at
fun.
the retail store.
Hmm.
I was thinking you and I need to go in there on a
I
Saturday,
know.
like
I
just
haven't
you and I.
because I don't drive.
Um,
But I
'Cause you're
used to
up
stop
there.
in
I
when
know.
because for work I used to have to go like across town, but now I mean I've been to that side of town like once in the last like
Yeah, I
six
know. That's
months,
what I thought. It'd be
so
fun if
it's
you and I went.
yeah,
Maybe we could even bring our knitting. You know what I mean? Go get
yeah,
coffee and just
it's really cute in there.
so
Got a
yeah, it's
couch.
fun. It's very comfy and
Yeah.
cozy. So
So I
my
have
cat.
yeah, he's kind of sitting on it.
Oh,
So
I've seen this.
I have my
Yeah.
random recommendation and it's so I guess embroidery pattern things, but it's a story. So I had thought, oh, it might be kind of fun to decorate with embroidery. Like in our hall, I just thought, oh, you know what, that might be kind of fun. And so maybe I googled like embroidery flowers or something and but wasn't like really into it because like I don't really know how to embroider, but that's a cool idea. Like I just had these like framed things. Well, then the algorithms picked that up that I was interested in that, like they do. And so then I started getting ads for this, a embroidery class for this pattern. This Be Happy is what it's called. So I started getting ads for it, and it was like, oh, free class. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to click on it and just sign up, which then I bought the kit because, I don't like I didn't have any embroidery things, and so I thought I'm just gonna buy the kit because it came with like the pen to write, like to trace the pattern with. It came with the printed pattern, like
Oh,
all the
nice.
stuff. Like yeah, even the hoops, the floss, everything, needles, and so I was like, just get it because if if I have to go and find all these
Mhm.
things, it just kind of gonna be a pain. So I did. Um, and then the class, and it only ran for a week, but I think she does these periodically, these like free classes for like it's this pattern. And I think sometimes she does this one that I'm actually doing now that's called Bunny Blooms, I think, where it's got like a little Easter, not Easter bunny, but that's what it
Oh,
reminds me of, is like a little
yeah.
bunny and flowers. And so it was super fun because each day she released a video showing you how to do that technique. So like the first day was backstitch. I think we did all of the things. And it's funny. There's like
So is it a live class
so
or you
no, like I think she filmed them live, but it was
then you can go
recordings
back?
of it.
Okay.
So like even like in the class I did, it wasn't live from that time. I think it was recordings from another one she had done, and she posted them though at 5 o'clock like each day. But I loved it because it got me. I learned how to do all
Mhm.
this stuff. The last time I did embroidery, I think I tried to learn from a book because this is kind of like pre YouTube when I was doing it and pre this like
Mhm.
video classes and things. And so I was trying to learn from a book. Like I remember doing French knots and they like did not work. Super easy. Like once learning it, watching someone who's telling you their tips and things. So anyway, I just keep holding it so you can just keep looking at it. But it turned out super cute. So it was from Clever Poppy. Oh gosh, I hope I got that right. I've looked it up a million times, but and she has a ton of embroidery patterns. She has like a and she does these periodically. I don't know when the next one is, but like the free class and just super fun. And I did this in a week. I'm working on another one because my daughter said, "Oh, can I have these in
Aw.
my room?" I was like, "How
Of
about?"
course.
Because like these colors, this isn't necessarily what I want. Like, I prefer kind of darker colors and stuff. And even just the pattern, I think there's other stuff I want to put like in the wall in our hallway, but this I thought would be perfect in her room. So I did tell her we have to clean your room first because her
Was
room,
she like, okay?
no, she's not going to do it, but her room is a disaster. Like good luck, like
Oh.
not tripping on everything.
Like,
Like I walk
Vincent's
in
is
and I'm
bad
just
too.
like so I have to help her, but that's what I said. I said, okay, we'll get that. And then I have those wall like decals to put on too, the flowers.
Oh, yeah,
So I
nice.
said,
Oh.
we have to do both. I'll decorate with some embroidery. So she wanted the bunny one next. So that's why I'm doing that. And she helped me a little bit, but she seems to want a snack when it's time to help. So it's funny on here, there's a little part right there. See
Yes.
that? That's chocolate. And I was like, wait, girl, your hands are
Oh,
chocolate. Go
that's
wash your hands.
cute.
And then yesterday she had wanted to help me. So I like was like, okay, let's work on it, for the back stitch. Because that's she can help with that. And she was eating chips. And I was like, okay, go wash your hands, like now you're done, go wash your hands. And so she came back in and I saw her grab one more and eat it. And I was like, that's fine. But then she's helping me and she's just being kind of weird. Like she's only using one hand. Like, what is she doing? And then I realized she has chips in her other hand that she's like hiding down here, kind of. And then I see her open her hand, like, I was like, Belle, are you sneaking chips? Yeah. Because I told, I'm like, I don't want crumbs
Yeah.
on my
Oh
thing. And
my
I was like,
goodness, that
if
girl.
you don't want to help, it's totally fine. Like, I just thought
Yeah.
you wanted to. And she's like, yeah, I want to. I'm like, that's fine. Like, do what you
I'm
want.
gonna
But
eat
she's
chips.
like, and just like being
Like you're not
weird.
gonna catch
Yeah,
her. You're not gonna find out.
she's sitting in my lap.
Oh, that's too
So
funny.
that was pretty funny. But anyway, so that's my random
Mhm.
recommendation. Just
So good.
if like you and it
Mhm.
goes a lot faster than knitting.
And we all
So
have a lot
yeah,
of us have a
just
different hobby other
yeah, just
than
something,
just knitting. Just
kind
a
of
little
to
break. Yeah.
yeah. Or just like a different, like that was
Mhm.
kind of a fun, like, oh, I want to decorate my walls with something I made. And so, and actually her pattern was, she has them written really nicely. You can buy her patterns, you can buy her kits. Um, and
Oh,
so
neat.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on our website. I'll link the website, but it's just super fun and just a new thing to try. And yeah, so I
That's
was
good.
excited. It
Yeah.
was just
Yay.
really fun, kind of that,
Yeah.
just
That's
something
fun.
different. And in addition to knitting, I'm not going to drop knitting for
Yeah.
embroidery, but it was just fun. So that was
Good.
my random recommendation.
Good. I think we're
Yeah, I
set,
think so
huh?
because
Didn't have a recipe
yeah,
this
but we
time.
both had a recommendation, so I think
Yeah.
that's
There we
okay.
go.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah. It's been hard with the recipes for some reason.
I
One of
know. I
these
don't
days
think
I'll do
we cook
something.
as much as we not in that capacity. Like
Yeah, I
we'd
use
still do things,
yeah,
but
I cook a lot, but it's all like recipes that I've like bought the cookbooks, like
mhm,
bought, so it's not
mhm.
like oh, it was on this blog and I can, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so I do a lot more of that, so it's harder to do that. But
yeah.
I think maybe we can just add it in if there's something we
Well,
make that's
tomorrow's
really
Super
good.
Bowl, so maybe we can get,
Yeah.
really gun
Yeah.
ho and make some. We're not watching the Super Bowl. Super Bowl has been banned from our house.
Yeah, I'm
not
probably
not
not
good
gonna
teams
watch it.
apparently that the guys wanted to watch. I don't even know who. I don't follow
My kids
football,
knew
so
because
yeah.
I don't follow it either. But
But
I said
but
something. I was like, "Who's playing the Super Bowl? Isn't that
yeah.
this weekend?" My kids were like, "Oh, it's da da." I'm like,
Yeah, and then the
"How'd you guys
last
know?"
time there was a game, it was to decide who was going to Super Bowl. I got excited because I'm like, I'm gonna knit. Like football's gonna be
Yeah,
on all day.
yeah,
I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna knit, and then the first game, I guess, was not going the way it was meant to be. And when you're really into a certain thing, you can get quite upset when it doesn't go your way. That's what happened. So
yeah.
TV was turned off, and I'm like in there, like, well, I planned to knit, like I was going to,
Well,
So
then you can turn
anyway,
on what you want to watch,
it's
right?
true, true. But then you
Yeah.
feel funny. I don't know why. I
Oh
don't know why.
yeah.
But
I only ever watch stuff on my phone when I put my headphones on. That's
well,
all
and
I do. I just
and I'm listening to
yeah.
a. Oh, that's what we should do. Random book. I'll do that next time. We'll see how this one turns out. I'm watching or I'm listening to it. I checked it out of the library,
Oh, okay.
and it's
Yeah.
a book that I would never have thought. I don't know how I picked it, but I did. So I'll let you know.
Yeah.
How's that?
That
I'll
sounds
give a
good.
book
Yeah.
review.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
we go.
And if you
Yeah.
guys see, I always mean to say this at the beginning, but if you've finished, if you've been with us so far, all this through this time, thank you for watching
Yeah.
and thank you for like commenting and liking it. And I
Mhm.
hear that you watched it, and
Yeah.
it's so fun. So keep those comments coming and the likes,
Yeah.
and let us know what you want to see. I just think, oh, maybe
Yeah.
book would be good
Yeah.
because I have been trying to be better at reading books.
Mhm.
So
And I know last time someone liked our when we brought up our old projects. Someone commented they liked that.
yes,
So that was fun
yes,
too.
yeah,
And again, I don't think it's not something I'd want to do every time. And this
yeah,
time we were, I
but we
guess, a
can.
little chatty because a
I
little
know. Is it
longer.
over?
That's
Okay,
okay.
we'll
But
stop. But you
but yeah,
guys
just stuff
get
like that. It's kind of
45 minutes of
fun.
knitting time
Yeah.
or
Well, and
crochet or whatever you want to work
sometimes what
on.
I do is I watch stuff at like 1.5 speed.
Oh
So you can
yeah, you
listen to us
listen.
kind of
There
like
you
little
go.
chipmunks if you want. Now that it's at the end.
I can just
Um,
imagine what we look like because I've seen,
oh,
sped up. We probably
yeah.
are
But we're
really,
not moving a lot, so I don't think it would be
yeah.
too weird.
But
Our
we'll
mouths
move
would
now.
just
So, okay, now you
move.
see.
But yeah, but that was fun. We're
Yeah,
back.
good. Yeah, we'll
Not
see
too
you
long.
hopefully a
Hopefully
couple
next
weeks
month.
or
Yeah.
yeah.
We've got at least once a month. I think
Yeah.
that's actually pretty good, to
Yeah.
get at
With the
least once a
schedules
month.
that we have
Mhm.
and stuff, I think that's good. So, yeah.
Yeah, the kids love it. They just hang out.
Yeah, I
So
know. Okay.
cool.
Bye.